Good afternoon, Big East. Welcome to our inaugural edition of Around the Region. I am your host, Will Whitcomb. Here is my co-host, Caitlin Bell. Caitlin, thank you for joining me. We are going to be digging into the Leader of the Pack contest shortly. But before we do, we wanted to give you a little tidbit or a sneak peek at what we got going on behind the scenes within the Big East when it comes to professional development, as well as give you an update on who is going to San Diego. So first, on the professional development side, I'm going to kick it over to Caitlin Bell, and she's going to tell you a little bit about what we have in store. Caitlin?
Thanks for including me in filming this time. I think you learned your lesson after last video.
Touché.
So what we wanted to talk about today is now we have access to audiobooks. So we have 2 books this month. First book is Sell or Be Sold, and the second book is The Power of Habit. Login and username information is located below.
There we go. And so we're going to actually have usernames and passwords for 2 different regions. So one's going to be for the Mid-Atlantic, one is going to be for the North Atlantic. So the books that we have chosen are pretty good. You can choose from 2. One thing I will say is for those of you that are accessing it, there'll be a lot of people on there at the same time. Please make sure that you just take a screenshot of where you left off, because if someone comes on, they could be starting it from a different chapter. So it's always good to take an iPhone screenshot of where you started and where you finished, and that way you can pick it right up. So moving along, we have San Diego. Who hasn't earned into conference? This has been a major push. Many of you that have been around the system for 2, 3, 4, 5 years know how exciting and how great conference is. I know last year they had Mike Tyson as a host. I do know that the host this year is going to be absolutely phenomenal. So you want to get there. It's a good time to meet and greet new people and new faces. All of us will be going as a group for the first time, which is a nice thing, but it's also good from a professional development standpoint. You get to see some of the best and brightest get on stage, which if you're not one of them, it'll tick you off, and if you are one of them, it's a good chance to be recognized in front of your peers. So it's good for professional development. It is something that I know, in talking with people across the board, has changed their life in many ways as far as where their career trajectory is. So first and foremost, we are going to start off in the Mid-Atlantic. The Mid-Atlantic is a little light. We have some work to do, but Colin Kelly, our inside sales account executive, he has qualified from the Philly market. And that's it. That's all we have so far. I know Marie has some good things coming on in Harrisburg, so I think she's going to be qualified very shortly. She just showed very well down in our basic sales class. Marie, thanks for going down there. We're going to kick it up to the North Atlantic and Hartman's group, and they have done a great job of just getting out the gates firing. In New Jersey Central, we have Andrew, we have Julian, and we have Kurt. All 3 have qualified already. Swinging up to NYC, we have Alex, Felix, and Rocco. Congratulations, guys. All you have qualified. And in Hudson Valley, we have Tabitha, who is just, again, in our basic sales as sort of like a refresh. She's qualified as well. So congrats to you guys. You're already in. Your ticket's been punched. We are going to make sure those get booked shortly. And for those of you that haven't qualified, you better get on the horse now, because time is running out.
And San Diego's a good city.
It is a good city.
Terrible football team, good city.
Are they moving? I think
they might.
I think they're leaving. Finally, what many of you have been waiting for a couple weeks for, we promised you an update on the Leader of the Pack. I know it's early, and this is just a 1-week snapshot, but again, to go over, to win this thing, you have to have a minimum of 5 quality UPS accounts built through. We're about halfway through it right now, so there's plenty of time left. But coming in 3rd place, out of Philadelphia, Chris Rumer with $697. $697, Chris Rumer. Coming in at in 2nd place, I should say, is Julian Martinez out of New Jersey Central. He's coming in at $1,109. In 1st place, and I couldn't believe this, but it's just kids coming out crushing it. He's sort of flown under the, or sort of sat under the radar a little bit. If many of you that are clicking on this, if you look to the left of me on the screen, you will see on the Big East blog that you can click on who you think is going to win the contest. We have an interactive poll up there right now. But coming in 1st place so far, Mike Rempe out of Long Island.
Strong
Island. I know. My wife's from Long Island. I used to call her Strong Island. She's killing me. $1,588. And so, you know what's pretty unique about the top 3 is it's no coincidence, right? Because each one of those that's in the top 3 that we just mentioned has 2 quality UPS accounts already that are billing through this week. And we use this week's data. And again, it's a 1-week snapshot, but those are the ones that have sort of coming out the gates hot, and it's on you guys to catch them. So that's it for us this week for Around the Region. Wanted to give you an update. Thank you for joining us, and have a good day.
Listen to the books.